I started transchannelling about 6 years ago. It's almost like my body was suddenly filled with love.
Hello, Peter. How are you today?
Very good, Mara. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. So, what is it that you wanted to know?
Where are you from?
I'm from Jupiter.
If we're all like that on Jupiter, I think we'll stay down here, don't you, and keep the doors locked. As the number of TV networks multiplies daily, economics dictate the extra screen hours will be filled with cheap programmes featuring members of the public rather than expensive celebrities. Now, not surprisingly, the Japanese, for years market leaders in this field, have devised a television showcase for these weird and not always quite so wonderful performers. It's a Saturday night spectacular called Superhuman Coliseum, and it features society entertainers like this gentleman.
相当尖ってますよ。はい。
うわうわうわ。ちょっとおじちゃん危ないよ。危ないよおじちゃん。
The nail might be in, but there's definitely a screw loose. But to be fair, I suppose it is a handy skill if you're knocking up a bookcase and you can't find your hammer. On the other hand, you'd be hard-pressed to put the talent displayed in our next act to any use whatsoever. What he may lack as a husband, he more than makes up for as a handy table cigarette lighter. Now, in terms of sheer numbers of population, America, of course, has the widest range of eccentrics to exploit on television. And a show rather accurately titled Over the Edge specialises in bringing the best and the worst of them to the screen. So sit back and enjoy this delightful display given by a New Jersey pest exterminator known in showbiz circles as Bob the Bee Man.
Okay, what I have in this cage is the queen of this hive, which I got and put in this little cage on Wednesday, so I know we'd have her. So we're going to tie this queen cage around Bob's neck. Now he becomes the beehive. I'm also going to spray a little sugar syrup on him so the bees think he's a flower. And hopefully by feeding on this sugar syrup, they will decide to leave him alone.
First time I ever put a bee beard on was at a New Jersey Beekeepers Association meeting. It was a 10-minute ordeal. I was a little nervous. Times when they put me on, I wish I wasn't there.
Bob is the former Guinness World Record holder for wearing the biggest beard of bees, weighing over 40 pounds. If you kid him about his bees, don't be surprised if he tells you to buzz off.
Compared to that, knocking a 6-inch nail into a plank of wood with your forehead seems quite normal behaviour. And meanwhile, back on Superhuman Coliseum, the next performer can only be described as probably human, but the squeamish among you won't find anything remotely super about him. You'll never eat buffalo wings again, will you? That was our little look at the physically weird. Now let's turn to the psychically weird, because there are a growing number of exponents of the paranormal who are keen to explore their personal twilight zones for the benefit of the camera. One of the pioneers, based in Florida, is a rather strange man with an even stranger name, Petro Hoy. Now, he's a self-styled exponent of the paranormal who made a series of programmes some years ago which only the bravest could watch. For the faint-hearted, he provided this warning.
Journey into the beyond. There are scenes in the film of paranormal acts which are gruesome and bloody. Warning, this signal will sound before each highly graphic scene. Look away if you are squeamish. Please wait for this second signal before looking back at the screen.
When you are doing a paranormal demonstration, what keeps you from feeling pain?
I move into another world, another dimension, where the medical and scientific laws of this world are unknown, and in that world there is no pain.
Assisted by his wife, Zara, Petro will insert 2 number 6 steel knitting needles through his face and neck without feeling pain. And he'll control the flow of blood which normally would result from this action.
He did warn these squeamish among you to turn away. If you are still with it, I can warn you it's about to get extremely unpleasant.
Petro's flesh resists the second needle as he forces it to pierce through blood vessels and nerves with unbelievable control. Piercing his flesh, without pain, without injury, Petro is living proof of his beliefs.
How conveniently the world of man and science dismisses anything or anyone that does not fall within the 2 + 2 = 4 concept. In metaphysics and paranormality, we have different rules with different dimensions.
Nice to see Jimmy Savile still getting plenty of work. See, ideally, he'd like something to drink after having to endure all that, but unfortunately, his cheeks now make a perfect watering can. Even the extraordinary Petro appears almost normal once you've seen the next clip from an American documentary called The New Believers. Now, it features a man called the Reverend Neville Rowe, a New Zealand computer wizard who went to Arizona to become a past life regressionist and channeler. No. I'm not quite sure what it means either. Apparently, it's very handy for chatting to dolphins thousands of miles away. To the untrained, insensitive viewer, though, it just looks like a man being a boiling kettle.
We are Kachuba. Welcome, dear friends. It is our great delight and pleasure to share this vibration, this time, this space within your world. We are dolphin form, you are human form. And there is no difference between us, my dear friends. We are one in spirit. And you, my friends, have chosen to be here to help bring about a new way of being upon your planet, a new energy that you call the New Age. It is most important to recognize that you are God, that you are infinite, immortal, eternal, and universal. You are a spark of the infinite I am. We are there with you, we are touching you. Some will feel, some will not. Don't have expectations. But allow us to bring you our joy, our love for you, each and every one of you. We, Kachuba, have spoken.
The Reverend Neville Rowe, their dolphin channeler, reenacting classic scenes from Flipper. There do seem to be an awful lot of very odd people all around this planet, don't there? But there's no doubt that the majority of them still live in California.
My angel name is Sam Fernandinaki.
People call me Buddy. We have spiritual parties at our house about once every other month. And if you're at all interested, we'll invite you.
They call him Upton Park because he's a couple of stops short of barking. Join us again after the break in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. It does seem, looking around the TV world, that no matter how fast technology is moving, advertisers still like to get back to basics whenever they can.
Oh, God. Oh, yes. Oh, right there.
Trust strawberry condoms. You supply the cream.
I think I'd rather supply the strawberry. The Tell It Like It Is condom commercial was actually produced for the population of the steadfastly Catholic Philippines, where a need to reduce the spread of AIDS clearly outweighs any religious considerations. It seems that the cultures of East and West are coming together fast, especially around the dinner table. Thai and Chinese takeaways are rapidly becoming British national dishes. But will we ever be ordering this next speciality with our pork balls and fried rice? I somehow doubt it.
After having thoroughly cleaned the scorpions, the skilled chef seasons them with white soy sauce, followed by yellow galanga to get rid of the stench, and brings them straight into the frying pan already filled with the boiling oil. At this moment in time, the intimidating poisonous scorpion has fallen into the hands and mouths of mortal human beings. The scorpion meat is fried until crispy, making it crunchy, delicious, and easy to eat.
มันเหมือนที่เคยทาน
ผมทานคล้ายๆนกเพนกวินฮะสำหรับผม
Even now, there's a man at the South Pole tucking into roast penguin thinking, this doesn't half taste like scorpion. The trouble is, we in the West have obviously got soft. We just like our food fast without the poison.
My wallet! All right! Tom, I think I did it! I will marry you! Okay! Buddy, you're alive! What a great deal! That's even better! I've got a brother!
Just when you thought things couldn't get any better, now for a limited time, buy 2 Little Caesars Pleasers specialty pizzas loaded with cheese and toppings and get free crazy bread for only $9.98.
Pizza, pizza.
The only thing that needs topping in that relentlessly cheerful advert is the gormless bloke who stars in it. A much greater range of emotions are demanded of an actor making a burger commercial. He's not required just to display happy. The producer wants sad as well. Only from America, the idea that you should have your first burger before you can walk. So while the West gorges itself on unlimited fast food, for the people of the Philippines stuck in the poverty trap, there isn't enough junk food to go round. That UNICEF ad reminds us that the modern Philippines does have a darker side. Over in India, the technology may be improving the way of life, but the traditional methods can still be the best.
Over here, they believe they have the hardest working washers in the world. So we introduced them to a completely new type of washer, the amazing Simpson Encore. These latest Simpson washers have advanced electronics, which make them easier to use, but they're still just as reliable as ever. And don't let the smooth, soft lines fool you. The cabinets are based on a single piece of corrosion-proof steel. Even the lid is metal. So it's solid as a rock. Simpson, the hardest working washers in the world.
That's an award-winning Australian commercial made on location in India. And although the Aussies have a reputation for successful soap operas, the Indians wipe the floor with them. One of their most popular soaps, D-Ray, regularly attracts viewing figures of over 80 million. Little wonder in 1995, while shooting a documentary in Calcutta, Clive Anderson agreed to make a surprise guest appearance on the show, in which he played the Indian equivalent of Grant Mitchell.
Something's missing.
Something's missing? Key.
Do you remember that time on holiday in Scotland?
When Uncle Paul broke his leg?
Did he? No, it was, we were on our own together. It was a moment just like this.
No, I'm in Dixie.
No, I'm in Dixie. I'm in Dixie.
No,
Yes,
I'm in Dixie.
No.
Clive Anderson's first and hopefully last appearance as a love god. Not quite George Clooney, was he? His Indian co-star there is called Moon Sen, a sort of Indian equivalent of Vera Duckworth. Like television in the UK, some Indian productions have to be made on very low budgets nowadays. In this Bengali action series, you can spot where they've cut corners. In this hunting scene, when they set off, they clearly hadn't any money left in the budget for live animals, so they scrounged any old bits of film from anywhere they could. Look, everybody, there's a black and white elephant. Careful with those drums. You don't want to frighten any wildebeest that might have strayed from South Africa. Look, Bambi. Sadly, they couldn't afford a horse for this bloke, but he seems quite happy being pushed around on a supermarket trolley. Hang on, what's he spotted now? A Kenyan elephant? A leopard from Senegal? Then, weak with excitement, he drops the arrow in front of him and startles a herd of zebra, a couple of giraffe, and hundreds of other species never found in India, unless there's been a mass breakout from the local zoo. Very impressive, that. A particularly long-sighted archer there, hunting just outside Delhi and managing to aim at animals 3,000 miles away on the Serengeti. I'll leave you with a song and dance production number starring a horde of adoring Indian dancers and the uniquely talented Samantha Fox. Night-night.
जाने मन तुमसे मिलने का बना लिया प्रोग्राम इतने में ही स्टेशन आया मैं कितना था खुश भीड़ बहुत थी एक दूजे को लोग कर रहे पुश I am sorry madam I am late for the traffic jam traffic jam traffic jam traffic jam traffic jam traffic jam जैसे तैसे घर में पहुंचा बिजली सी है गिरी तेरा सर्वेंट बोला मैडम अभी गई दिल्ली पोंछ पसीना माथे का मैं दौरा एयरपोर्ट पैसेंजर ने लिफ्ट मुझे दे करके किया सपोर्ट
You too tight, you liar, you better Jenna. Oh! You too tight, you liar, you better Jenna.
ओए कुड़िए, ओए स्वीटी, मेरे पास तू आना 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 ओए कुड़िए, ओए स्वीटी, मेरे पास तू आना आना आना
Juma, come on, nacho, nacho, I wanna feel your body, touch me.
ओए यार कुड़ी करंट मारती है यार ओए यार कुड़ी करंट मारती है यार
Juma, come on, nacho, Juma, come on. Juma, nacho, Juma, nacho, come on, touch me.
Traffic jam! I'm sorry, madam, I'm late because of traffic jam.